Okay, so last week we focused on finding the total and lateral surface area of a figure by finding the area of its individual pieces. Now we're going to go ahead and use the formula in order to find that total surface area as well as the lateral surface area. So here's the formula. Our total surface area is going to be equal to the perimeter of the bases times the height plus twice the area of the bases. Okay, so this is going to be the perimeter of the base. So our base here is going to be this. All right, now we need the height. And this is going to be the height of the overall prism. So all the height does is it connects the two bases. So this would be the height for this figure, and then this would be the height for this figure. This doesn't just mean base, it's the area of the base. Okay, so in this case, the base is a rectangle at the bottom, and in this case, the base is a triangle right here. So let's go ahead and work with the formula and try to figure this out. So we have our total surface area is going to be equal to the perimeter times the height plus 2 of the bases. So in this case, our perimeter is going to be this distance plus this distance plus this distance plus this distance. So it's going to be 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7. Our height is the distance between the two bases, which is going to be 5 inches here. Next, we have our 2, that's just a constant, and then the area of our base. And our base is going to be a 7 by 3. So for now, I'm just going to put 7 times 3, and then we'll evaluate that later. So 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7 is going to give us 20, multiplied by 5, and then, of course, 7 times 3 is going to be equal to 21. So we have 100 plus 42. 142 inches squared is going to be our total surface area. All right. Now, in order to figure out our lateral surface area, which one of these do you think it is? Okay. Remember, our lateral surface area is going to be the sides here. So it's just going to be the perimeter multiplied by the height. This takes into account the two bases, so we're just not going to add this for our lateral surface area. So our LSA is going to be equal to the perimeter times the height, and that's going to be equal to 100 inches squared. Okay, so why does this work? So if we take our base, which is going to be a 7-inch by 3-inch, and then 7 inches here, and then 3 inches here. All the heights, if you notice, if you extend this, all of our heights are going to be the same exact thing. It's all going to be 5. Okay, so this is going to be a 3 by 5, which is going to be equal to 15. This is going to be a 7 by 5, which is 35. This is going to be also a 7 by 5, which is 35. I'm multiplying the areas here. And this is going to be a 3 by 5, which is 15. When you add all of these together, 35 plus 35 is 70. 15 plus 15 is 30. 70 plus 30 is going to give you 100 inches squared. Okay? So basically, instead of calculating these individually, I just add up the perimeter, and since they all have the same height, I multiply it by the height. That's why our formula here is perimeter times height in order to get us the lateral surface area. We don't have to calculate the individual pieces anymore. We just have to find the perimeter and the height that's consistent with all of those faces. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to say 2 area of the bases. So we're just going to add the area of the bottom base and the area of the top base in order to get our total surface area. All right, let's move on to the second example. We have our total surface area is going to be equal to the perimeter times the height plus 2 area of the bases. Now, our perimeter in this case is going to be this right here. We need to find the perimeter of the base. And since it's a triangular prism, the base is the triangle. So to find the perimeter of a triangle, we just have to add up all the sides. So we have 3 plus 4 plus 5 right here. So this 5 is matched with this 5. So plus 5. Then we have 2 area of the bases. Now, remember, the area of a base of a triangle is half the base times the height. So it's going to be half. Our base is 4, and our height is 3. Keep in mind, this 5 is not used for calculating the area of a triangle. Okay? So let's go ahead and simplify now. We have 3 plus 4, which is 7, plus 5 is going to give us 12. It looks like I forgot the height here. The height connects the 2 bases, so that's going to be 4. So let me just add that. All right, so times 4 plus, let's simplify this. We could take half of 2 and just get 1, so then we're just left with 4 times 3, which is going to give us 12. Okay, but let me just go ahead and simplify this so I don't confuse anyone. So it's basically 2 times 6. We have 4 times 3, which is 12, and then half of 12 is 6, so we have 2 times 6. So now let's simplify even more. This is going to be 48 plus 12. So 48 plus 12 is going to give us 60 centimeters squared. So that's going to be our total surface area. In order to figure out our lateral surface area, we're going to take the perimeter and the height, the perimeter times the height, and we've already calculated that. That's going to be 12 times 4, which is going to be equal to 48 inches squared. Okay? Now, let's take a look at some other problems. Well, basically one other problem that has some algebraic principles to it. So, our lateral surface area is going to be equal to perimeter times height plus 2 times the bases. The surface area of a right rectangular prism is 358 square centimeters. Its length is 12 centimeters and its width is 5 centimeters. Find the height of the prism. Okay, so let's go ahead and just fill in the information that we have, and then we'll try to isolate what we don't know. Okay, so the first thing we have to notice is that we already know I have LSA, this is TSA, sorry about that. We already know the total surface area. The total surface area is going to be 358 centimeters squared. So for our perimeter, we're already given the fact that the base is 12 centimeters by 5 centimeters. So we could go ahead and calculate the perimeter here. It's going to be 12 plus 12, which is 24, and then 5 plus 5, which is 10. So basically we have 24 plus 10, which is going to give us 34 centimeters. The height we don't know. Twice the base. Twice the area of the base. Well, we could calculate this, can't we? 12 times 5 is going to give us 60. So that's going to be equal to 60. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and evaluate that. We have 34 times the height plus 120. Now, I need to get the h all by itself, so I'm going to subtract 120 from both sides. All right, so 34h. So this is going to be 8, and then we have 3, and then we have 2. All right, so now for the final step, all we need to do is figure out what number times 34 is going to give us 238. In order to do that, we're going to go ahead and divide. So divide by 34 and divide by 34. Now we're going to be left with our height being 7 centimeters. All right, and that's how you'll solve a problem when you're given the area, but you don't know the height. And that's it.